What's up, world? The one and only true college football fanatic here, Jared J.B. Boyd. And today we're going to preview some of the big games again and some of the local games here in the state of Louisiana. But let me go back to last week. In my big games, I was 3-1. Oklahoma defeated Ohio State. That was the one I lost. And in my upset specials, I was 1-1. I picked Louisiana Tech to defeat Mississippi State. That didn't go too well. But Texas San Antonio did defeat Baylor. Now let's get into it. Big game of the week. Clemson versus Louisville. Number 3 versus number 14. And if you remember last year, it was a tight ball game the whole way, with Clemson defense prevailing at the last second, getting a tackle in Louisville's red zone. I think even their goal line, one of the two. And the guy was 1 yard short from a first down. If he did a cutback into the field instead of running straight out of bounds and getting tackled, they probably would have got a first down, and who knows from there, Louisville probably would have won the game. Louisville brings back, to me right now, the most exciting player in college football, Mr. Lamar Jackson, their quarterback, the returning Heisman Trophy winner. The problem that Louisville has is that their defense right now is struggling to keep other teams off the board, off the field, I should say. Yes, Louisville's 2-0, but they're allowing over 30-something points a game, and that is not good. When you have a good Clemson team with returning players as in Dean Cain and Hunter Renfrow coming back, I believe Clemson gets this game. I think it'll be a close game once again in Louisville, Kentucky. But once again, Clemson defense, man, it's just right now one of the top 3 best defenses in college football. You held Auburn to 6 points, 2 field goals. Not an easy task. They did it, plus getting 11 sacks. I'm going with the Tigers in this one in a close game. Clemson Tigers prevail, in my opinion. The other ranked game you have tomorrow will be number 23 Florida against number 24 Tennessee. Butch Jones, to me, is on the hot seat. He needs to win the SEC East in order to keep his job, in my opinion. And that starts tomorrow with Florida. But I don't think he gets the job done. I think Florida's defense will be flying over the field, and Tennessee won't be able to get the job done. Won't be able to move the ball too much against Florida. Florida Gators prevail over the Tennessee Volunteers. Texas against USC, the matchup that is 11 years in the making from when the Texas Longhorn, led by Vince Young, defeated the USC Trojans in the Rose Bowl for the national championship. This Tom Herman squad, to me, isn't ready yet for the big teams, the major powerhouses. We saw them against Maryland. That wasn't too good. No defense. Offense struggles. And now they're going to go up against USC, a well-polished team. Sam Darnold, their quarterback, talent across the board. That's one of the major factors that's going to help USC win this game. Texas is going to the Coliseum out there in Los Angeles. They're on the road. 90,000 people in the Coliseum. It just won't be enough for the Texas Longhorns to win. I'm thinking USC by 24 points in this game. It's going to be a big blowout with USC winning this game. I don't think Texas is ready. They'll come ready to play, but they're not ready for the big time yet. Give Tom Herman another year or two. I think Texas will be back into national prominence, but as of right now, it's not going to happen. USC Trojans, too much talent, just too much of everything, and they will overwhelm the Texas Longhorns tomorrow night. One of the other things I want to talk about before we get into the local games, Vanderbilt against 18th ranked Kansas State. Vanderbilt is coached by Derek Mason, and every year that Derek Mason has been at Vanderbilt as the head coach, they have had a great defense, but they didn't have an offense to put points on the board or to keep their defense sitting on the sideline. Their defense was back on the field immediately. Never really got a break. But right now, Vanderbilt is 2-0. Kansas State's coming into town, and I think it's going to be a tight ball game. You have a good Kansas State team coached by Bill Snyder, who's a Hall of Famer, one of the best coaches of all time. You know, they're very disciplined on both sides of the ball at Kansas State. But I think this will be the game Derek Mason becomes known. He makes a statement in this game. I'm telling you, Vanderbilt will defeat 18th ranked Kansas State. It'll be about 4 or 3 points. It's going to be a close ball game. But Vanderbilt's defense is what's going to set the tone. Vanderbilt offense will score some points. They will get the win. Mark my word. Derek Mason makes a statement. If you read my Facebook post before the college football started, I said do not be surprised if the Vanderbilt Commodores finish their season 8-4. 8-4. And Derek Mason will get an extension and all that good stuff. Maybe other schools will look at him to be their next head coach. But the statement will be made. Vanderbilt Commodores will defeat the Kansas State Wildcats. Now, local games. LSU traveling up to Starkville, Mississippi to take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And I'm listening to college football radio, Full Ride with Rick Neuheisel, and they think LSU has too much speed for Mississippi State, and I totally agree. Too much team speed on both sides of the ball. Nick Fitzgerald, the quarterback for Mississippi State, hasn't impressed me yet. All the hype that he has going on about him, I'm not into the hype. But if he's able to get things done on his feet and pass the ball against LSU, like Dak Prescott did when Dak Prescott came to LSU about 3 years ago to get the job done and got the win, then I might be impressed. But he has not impressed me yet, and I do not see Mississippi State beating LSU. Now, will Matt Canada open up the playbook more for the offense? That offense has not impressed me. Not at all. It still looks like last year's LSU offense. I want to see something different, something innovative. You have too much talent on the offensive side of the ball. Show me something. But with all that being said, LSU will still get the win in Starkville, Mississippi. Too much team speed, defense flying around. LSU will win this game. Louisiana Tech goes up to Western Kentucky. Now, I was a fool for picking Louisiana Tech to beat Mississippi State last week because I forgot Louisiana Tech head coach Skip Holtz cannot win big-time games. He cannot. He loses them all. When it comes to playing the conference championship and trying to win, he's lost. When it comes to the chance to win a game, and if you win that game, you go to the conference championship, he's lost. When there's a chance to win a specific game and you get to host the conference championship, he's lost. That's in the past 3 years, ladies and gentlemen. Past 3 years when he lost to Marshall, he got to beat Southern Miss to get there, and then he lost another game that if he won, he would have hosted, and he lost that. This is another big game against Western Kentucky. In Western Kentucky, it was a good team. Skip Holtz has talent, but this is not going to help him win. Western Kentucky will defeat Louisiana Tech, I say by 2 touchdowns. Tulane goes up to Oklahoma. Tulane gave a great fight against Navy last week. Lost by 2 points. I give them props because it's pretty hard to defend the triple option, and they did pretty good. Losing by 2 points. Now they're going up to Oklahoma, who just beat Ohio State last week. Too much Baker Mayfield. It won't be good for Tulane Green Wave in this game. They're going to go compete, but they're going to lose. I'll leave that at that. And then Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns going up to Texas A&M. Nicholls State hung in there with Texas A&M last week, losing, I believe, 23-14. Louisiana Lafayette is a better team than A&M, but I still won't give them the nod to defeat the A&M Aggies. So Texas A&M will win that game. Other than that, we'll preview the games next Friday for the next Saturday's games. Till then, have a great time tomorrow watching college football. I'll talk to y'all next week.